The first of three on this fine Sunday. It is Super Wild Card Weekend, and off we go on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That one caught by Tucker. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a first down. On the handoff, this is Pierce. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 25-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 32 yards. Right back to Pierce on first down. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's hit after the catch and the ball comes free. It is picked up by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. They're up a yard or two, up to about the 16. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
RPO, they'll throw it to Rice. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard sets up third down. To the air again, Tagovailoa. That is caught. He gets the hookup with Rice. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Tua, going to give it to Achane. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's second and 2. Motion man is Rice. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and I'll tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
On 1st and 10, here's Tua. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. Here's a give to Achane. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Here comes Otten in motion. 3rd and long. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On the ground to begin the drive with Pierce. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a 1st down.
So after that turnover on the opening drive, the last thing you'd want to do here, Mike, is go back on the field and just go 3 and out. So they pick up a 1st down. They're able to extend this possession. It's going to go a long way towards just settling everybody in that offensive huddle down and letting the rest of this game unfold.
Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. On the quick slant, they find Dell.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Out of the pistol, here's Tua. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Oilers. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught left side by Bowers.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Here's a deep shot for Pierce.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough to stop. He comes up with the sack. On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. A pistol set with Tagovailoa. That's Otten, open downfield. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end. But in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both. And when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Off play action, it's Tua. And he'll take it on in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Houston. Out comes Sly for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Oilers move further out in front. It is now 17-0. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. Uh-oh. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break. A gain there of 24 yards. First down for Houston. Play action. Tagovailoa. That is caught. And he's going to go into the end zone, but he may have gotten a little help along the way. This one's coming back. From the gun, here's Tua. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
With the score, Oilers 17, Raiders nothing.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. One team advances, one team's season ends here. Second half underway in the AFC wildcard game. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. A big one there to start the second half. 55 yards on the game. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Here's Achane. He is in. Javon Achane. Touchdown, Oilers. Sly now for the point after. He's got it. And the Oilers are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. They'll look to throw. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's caught left side by Otten. And he will not make it to the end zone, but he's down inside the 5-yard line. 2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. Tua gonna throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. All the way back at the 14 now. Second down and goal. A shotgun snap for Tua. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now, Tagovailoa on 3rd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he will have a first down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Throwing is Tua. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. 4th down and goal. Motion man is Rice. They snap it to Tua. Sending it deep for Waddle. He is out of bounds, but that's a nice return to give the offense the ball up past the 45-yard line.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here's 2nd and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. The defense has got it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, And coming up with the recovery.
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it. And that is a big takeaway here by this defense. I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw. But I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
3rd and long. A play fake. Now 2 of the throw. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
He's going to look for the home run ball.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
That's good. 4A.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Now, flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball in there. First and 10 now from the 36. On the carry, here's A-Chain. Not much there, maybe a yard. Once again, it's A-Chain. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Working the right side. Taken in by Rice. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is brought in at the 10. A big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And now things are going to get more difficult. Movement up front, going to move them further back. The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. To throw is Tua. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Now, how about this? It's a fake. This will be caught. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position.
So it's obvious during the course of the week in practice, studying the film, they thought there was an advantage they could take with their punt unit coming on the field and picking up a fourth down fake. But the execution just wasn't there. So again, you go back to the drawing board and you say, okay, am I better off having my punter attempt that pass and catch the defense off guard, or just keep my offense on the field?
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
One of the most overlooked qualities to play linebacker in the NFL is your instincts. Certain guys just have a knack for always being around the ball. When you think back earlier in the game, that fumble recovery, now his coach sends him on a blitz, and he comes through with the sack.
And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball down.
And he will score. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Houston. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Following the touchdown, here's Slide to kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt a pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to look downfield once again.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. Now Tua. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Achane. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. On the ground is Achane. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. And that'll be incomplete. How about that call? A fake field goal, but it doesn't come off as planned. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Back to throw. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. That's caught. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line.
Mike, did you see how hyped the sideline got after that run after catch? I thought the bench was going to run out onto the field to celebrate. He refused to go down on 1st contact and 2nd contact, for that matter.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer. And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Here we go. One final play. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is brought in. And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest